giving you the real from A to Z surrounding the Dallas Cowboys. News, updates, rumors, transactions, takes, and more. So strap up, Cowboys Nation, and start your day off with A to Z Sports. Live with Will Steele.
Come on.
We tried to tell him, Scott.
He back. And we tried to tell him, Vach. Never a doubt, Cowboys Nation. Welcome into the A to Z Sports Live, the Skywalker Morning Show. I'm your host, Skywalker Steele, with my brother from another Vach Lombardi.
What Jerry Jones say, Ceedee wouldn't get his money. He lied to me.
He lied to me. Come on, man.
Oh, look.
They not ruining this day. No, sir.
Scott. That man is the second non-quarterback. The second highest non. Come on.
$100 million guaranteed, ladies and gentlemen. Return of the Lamb. Return of the Lamb.
Oh, my God. All right.
Once again. What's happening, Bomb Squad? It's only right that we had to bring it in live like this, man. Ceedee Lamb, ladies and gentlemen, is back. He's in the building. He'll be there today, I'm pretty sure, down there at Frisco after signing a whopping 4-year, $136 million deal, $100 million guaranteed, $38 million signed in bonus. Vash Lombardi, what's good? How you feeling, big dog?
I tell you what, Ceedee Lamb got his money, but playing Return to Mac. You ain't finna make nothing on this stream, player. We ain't making no money on this stream. We ain't making shit on this one.
No monetization today, but hey, it's all good, man. It's all good. I want to bring it in with a little bit of fun, man. I'm glad to have you back as you know, as normal. And look, this ain't gonna be. This might be a little bit more of a regular thing, but how you feeling this morning, bro?
Hey, man, whatever they want. If the people want me to wake up at
the streets want it.
If the people want me to wake up at 6 in the morning to be on, wake up at Sky in the morning, A to Z Dallas. Hey, man, we can run it. Whatever y'all want to do, just let us know.
Look. After you on at 12 midnight with Foots the King the night before.
look, Brian Pryor say, hey, yo, Vash, can we record at 9:30? I say, ooh. I say, what you say?
What you say now, Chuck?
What you say now, Chuck? Scott, I don't know why the hell. I don't tell nobody that I'll work with you the next day, but it's like every time I got to work with you the next day, the day before, somebody say, hey, about you think we can run a little later this time? I go, I don't want to run it a little later. But I'm always going to wake up early in the morning, no matter how. If I go to bed at 5, I'm going to wake up at 8 to come kick it with you, dog.
You do. Real quick, you said what you say now, Chuck, and that just reminded me of something. Shouts out to Clarence Hill, who is no longer Clarence Hill, Fort Worth Star Killer. We can't say that no more, man.
DLLS.
He would DLLS him. Shouts out to Jeff Kavanaugh, 2I, Jesse Holly, Kevin Gray, all of our media friends down here in Dallas on their new venture. It looks amazing, man. I'm excited to see where this goes. So shouts out to y'all, man. Love y'all.
Man, one of the things I love to do is I like to see people talk about 2I and not cussing, right? Like people don't think 2I got a sailor mouth, and they spent 10 minutes yesterday not even knowing that 2I like her little language and all that, and then tater tots and barnacles and all that kind of stuff. We know 2I for real.
Yes.
2I gets passionate. Yeah. 2I gets busy, and don't nobody deserve this much more than her, because she killing it. I think she the best on the panel. We saying that publicly, Scott. So you know what I'm saying?
Just watch a game with her, and all that barnacles and tater tots is out the window. It's out the window.
It's gonna be some
Shouts out to her, man. That was a fun little show, and today we're gonna have a fun show as we discuss this Ceedee Lamb situation. We got a running back visiting the Cowboys. Vash, I got some thoughts on this. I went back and watched, and I got some thoughts, but I want to hear yours before I get to mine. And then it's cut down day, bro.
Yeah. I don't have nothing nice to say about Dalvin Cook, so we'll see.
I don't care.
So we'll see. We'll see.
You gotta keep it real. Okay?
Yeah. You want me to go into it now, or
no? Let's just kind of put a bow on the Ceedee Lamb deal. I just gave you the details on the numbers, which at this point I can care less about the big numbers. The devil is always in the details, and we don't have those just quite yet. But it doesn't matter when you got a player of this caliber, right? An all-pro wide receiver who dictates the defense, who you have to find out where he's at on the field. Oh, by the way, he lines up everywhere on the field. The money doesn't matter. You pretty much hand him a blank check. But I will go over these notes that Jane Slater, NFL Network, Jane Slater dropped these two nuggets from yesterday from her sources. She said, quote, for a long time, the Cowboys were at $32.5 million APY, then moved up to 33. Lamb and his camp have been at 34 forever. In the end, it was 34. What the hell?
Oh, yeah.
He could have been in camp, bro. You caved anyway. Why?
You know, Will, I just like to remind people that we're dudes with cameras and microphones.
Yeah.
I just love to remind people that. And also on top of that, we got like finance people in our chats or whatever, right? So, you know, like Matt Owen, Toxic Time, like people will be saying, so even if you go back to like, you know, July or something like that, we'll go, oh yeah, you know, the market's about this. Ceedee Lamb will get about that. You know what I'm saying? And the numbers always end up being right. And even David Helm, shouts out to David Helm. David Helm was like, hey man, this year, you know, this amount of this, and it's probably gonna be about that or whatever. I don't know what the posturing is for. I don't know what the waiting around is for. The negotiation ain't no damn negotiation, because whatever number CD asked for is the number CD got. I honestly feel like, Scott, when it comes to the biggest of Cowboy players, I think we should just stop the posturing or stop the trying to get one over. Like, some contracts are just inevitable, right?
Yeah.
Ceedee Lamb, Micah Parsons, Dak, Tyler Smith is coming. I don't want to play around with Tyler and his money. Give Tyler Smith his money, man. You know, Bland, if he's still all pro 2 years in a row by the time he get his money, sure, let's not play around. Now, guys like, you know, Donovan Wilson, you know, we can hardball with them. You know what I'm saying? You know, like if, you know, Hooker wants to get a little crazy with his, we can hardball them. But your core guys at your core positions, at your big five positions,
right?
Let's just stop messing around with those dudes and their money. Because to your point, you know, I don't think Ceedee Lamb needs a whole bunch of work, but I would have loved to see him versus the Rams, just kind of getting work versus those guys. Diggs comes back. I think it would have been good for okay, so look, that last Pat No-C Walker story, that big competitive day that we was having, I think, you know, all your players need some of that energy if we fighting each other. Oh, okay, what offense needs to play? Let's go get Lamb involved and kick y'all ass on defense, right? But nah, Lamb just holds out, and we add to this holdout, and we, not me and you, but like Jerry, right. They add to the holdout. So now Lamb is coming back right before they ramp things up. But man, you know, I would have loved for him to be football conditioned by now. He'll be in shape, but I want him to be football conditioned right now. But we missed out on that. But it's cool.
Yeah, they continue to set the precedent, or continue with the precedent of when these high profile players are up for contract, it's going to take a while. Not take a while. They're going to hardball. They're going to posture, and then they're going to cave every single last time. So guess who's next? Micah Parsons. you think he doesn't?
And that mother got a podcast too. He got a podcast. It's gonna get crazy.
You think he doesn't see what's happening? So the Cowboys actually do gain some. And let me know if the audio is good. Capitalization on my end. I know Voch is fine. The Cowboys do gain some cap space, and depending on which resource you look at, they're sitting anywhere between 21 and like $28 million in cap space. So they can add another guy. They can add a guy now. They can add a guy during the regular season, or they can roll that over to next year, or they can use that to extend another player. But in the case of Dak, extending Dak now actually gives you more space, so you're not really eating into any of that money. And they're going to try. They're going to actively work to get him signed over the next 2 weeks. So these next, week and a half, 2 weeks is going to be very interesting, because I'd imagine, Lamb, yes, he's getting his bread, but he's like, look, man, I like to have my quarterback, because when you look at the connection of Dak Prescott and Ceedee Lamb from a QBR standpoint, there's no better connection in the National Football League.
Sure.
So I don't get how you would just be willing to let that go. Now, what I think is about to happen, I think they want to sign Dak. I said this yesterday, but they want to sign him on their terms.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't happen, then you'll see him in the free agent market next year, and that'll open up a different can. But I do think they're going to be focused. I think they're going to try, but we'll see if they get it down to the 11th hour and they cave once again.
And we shouldn't have to cave. You know what I'm saying? And look, we like them. They shouldn't have to cave. It shouldn't be this idea of, are we going to cave or not? Because, you know, if you look at, you know, all right, Josh Ball went out there looking crazy. All right, let's give Zach his money. Or I don't know, Christian Covington or whoever the hell was playing end at the time. All right, let's just give Tank his money and just move on with our life. You know what I'm saying? And this is coming off of, you know, Jalen Tolbert, Jalen Brooks, and Brandon Cooks having good camps, but that's still Ceedee Lamb, bro. So like what's the idea? What's the hold up here? And I think it matters even more that you're a team that's in this window where you're trying to win now. You know, if you're the Carolina Panthers and you got Ceedee Lamb, hey man, try to move on and get some money or something. Try to save some money, get some draft picks or something like that. But we're not the Panthers. We're the Cowboys, and we're competing every single year, and we're in the thick of it. And boy, we got this defense about to look brand new. Like, man, this ain't the time to mess around with your most important parts. But hey, man, the game will be the game. And Jerry Jones says, "Scott, wait a minute. Let me get my man. He say, listen, mother, if it's a mother gonna get this done, my motherfucking ass finna get this shit with your ass. You feel me?"
If y'all don't know what he's talking about, just Google Jerry Jones, Clarence Hill, and I'm pretty sure it'll pop up. Jerry went scorched earth. Like, did Clarence Hill interview him after he had a couple shots?
That's probably the best interview, though, Scott.
Jerry told Clarence, "Listen, mother, I'm the head in charge here." Hey, Clarence, don't put that in there. Don't put that one in there. But I'm the head in charge. And ain't nobody mother better than me.
With your bitch ass. you know he got to add with your bitch ass in there. Man, Scott.
Who pissed Jerry off before that interview?
I don't, bro. Like so look, we know Jerry can drop a good mother here and there.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? But why he say it like that? Like somebody must have
he want Bernie Mac.
Scott, let me tell you what happened. Because Clarence is messy. Clarence is messy. Clarence probably said, Jerry, man, you know, damn boy, Howard Roseman going crazy over there, man. You know what I'm saying? You think you could start doing something like him?
You wanted something. I think you wanted something.
Because Scott, Jerry Jones didn't just wake up in the morning and said, "You know what, Clarence? I think I'm that." He ain't say that. It ain't just go like that.
No.
Jerry is a narcissist just like me. He arrogant just like me. And I bet you somebody went, "Hey, Jerry, you know, man, Howard Roseman, man, these other teams going crazy, man. They sign their guys, man. They bring in, man. You think you can, you know,
can you compete with them?
You think you can emulate some of what they was doing?" Nah, listen, mother. Let me tell you, mother ass something.
Compete. I'm the motherfucking standard.
I'm the game, mother. It's my shit, you hear me? Like, this had to have been somebody brought up somebody else's name, and Jerry felt like somebody had him.
Man, I think you might be right. I might have hit up Clarence. Hey, Clarence, did you egg that on a little bit, man?
We should ask him. I'm willing to bet you somebody else's name got brought up. Somebody else's name got brought up, and he was responding to that.
Clarence here, DDLS. Jerry Jones. They said you ain't out here in these streets. What are your thoughts?
Well, Clarence, these motherfuckers on the east side, I basically fuck them, you know what I'm saying? That's how I feel, Clarence. You know, we got a lot of doing and done, and things get done regardless. And deadlines make deals. But the only reason deadlines make deals because I say so with your mother ass. Now come here talk smart with you, and I mother. Yeah, man. Howie, fuck Drew, fuck all the motherfuckers, all of them. God damn it.
First off,
off the record.
And he put it all on the record.
Don't tell nobody I said that.
You know what it reminded me of?
What's that?
Was it next Friday or Friday after the next where he said, "Hold up now. I started this barbecue shit. And this is the thanks I get.
Yo, that's facts. That's facts.
That's exactly what it was.
Jerry Jones feels like I've had a competitive team for however so many years, and we always get new deals and the shit gets done. Yeah. But what Jerry don't understand is the optics of his negotiation.
He don't care, bro.
The optics of his I think that's what he not getting. That's what
he gets off. I think on this negotiation situation. Like this is his arena, right? The oil salesman, all that stuff. He don't care how long it take. He don't care. But anyway,
who do you think is going to be in charge of this thing when Jerry retires? Let's just say he retires. You think Steven takes over, or you think Charlotte gonna hire somebody to do it for?
Tired. I would love to be Charlotte. Wired, Stephen Jones gonna be worse. Yeah. But if he was smart, he would literally hire a general manager and just deal with the owner stuff. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole nother discussion.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Let's turn the page, man. Because like I said, the Cowboys got a little bit of money. Maybe they could use like $38, Vach.
Yeah.
To go get Dalvin Cook, who visited the Cowboys either last night, today, whatever. Bottom line is, apparently he's visiting with the Cowboys. And bro, this came out of left field to me.
Yeah.
Like if this was 2021,
you on to something.
Okay. But I watched Dalvin Cook in real time last year. But I said, okay, let me be fair here. Let me go back and let me watch all 60 runs, because he didn't have a whole lot. So it wasn't like you had a lot to look at, but let me go watch his 60 runs he had for 2 different teams. And Vach, bro, like, this is no offense to anybody, but I saw his, and Dalvin Cook did this. He posted his run in the playoffs.
It was a run.
Fucking Ravens.
It was a run. And he proceeded to get 8 carries on 15 yards after that. Boy, this propaganda here.
Vach, I said, ain't no way, dog. That's the run you priding yourself on, you know, in this free agency tour. But okay, whatever. So I said, let me be fair. Mm-hmm. Let me go watch Dalvin Cook in New York and with the Baltimore Ravens. No. Like, I feel like you'll be cutting a better player, Vach.
Yeah.
If you bring, and I'm all jokes aside, I think Deuce is better. I think Royce is better. I think Rico's better. And I even think Zeke is better.
Mm-hmm. First of all,
why? Tell me why.
First of all, Scott, brother L said, well, Clarence, tater tots.
And Clarence decided to use the actual words instead of
Jerry really said tater tots. But he said, well, so listen, man. I was talking to one of my sources yesterday, just one of my guys in the building. They was talking about this whole thing. I was talking to Brian, bro. And you know, it's all about perspective and point of view. Will Steele. The problem is I don't trust Cowboys to have the proper perspective or point of view. You know what I'm saying? So you're absolutely right. And I feel like, you know, if you're going to add to the room, and I just want to be clear here, I've been advocating for Deuce Vaughn for a couple of months now.
Yep.
If we go and get like Tyler Algier or something, man, I'm cool. Just move on from Deuce. Whatever you got to do with Deuce, we got Tyler Algier now. We cool. Or we got whoever that's better than them. If you get a better option, I'm not just tied into just one player. I'm just not attached to Deuce like that. I just understand that Deuce is one of the best running backs on the team right now.
Right.
When I look at this room, it's already a mediocre room in terms of standard versus the league or whatever, right? It's already a mediocre room. So adding a mediocre player, he's really sub-mediocre, really. He's less than that. I think he's done. Adding a mediocre player to the room, I think could cloud the judgment of the people that's in charge over there. Now, Dalvin Cook just being brought in, visited, worked out, he gonna have some lunch, and like he's not officially signed or nothing like that.
He just came in for a visit.
He came in for a visit. If Dalvin Cook wants to come in and be a practice squad guy and he gets elevated in case of emergency, fine, whatever. But what I don't want is for a name to ring louder than the actual ability, Sky. I don't want a name to ring so loud that we actually cut somebody better than him.
Right.
I don't want to make a mistake and cut somebody better than him. And I think that's most important in this situation because this running back room so far, Sky, is led by politics. Did you hear what I said?
Hear what I said?
It's led by politics. Zeke shouldn't be here in the first place. Zeke shouldn't be here in the first. If Dalvin Cook wasn't in this conversation, in my personal opinion, Zeke's your worst running back right now. Of Zeke, Dowdle, Vaughn, Zeke's your worst running back right now. We know Zeke ain't going nowhere.
No.
If they sign Dalvin Cook, Rico ain't going nowhere neither. So if you sign Dalvin Cook, the only guy you would have to move on from is Deuce.
Yeah, because you're not carrying 6 running backs. I just don't think you should carry 5. So it would be you're moving on from Deuce and Royce, right?
Yeah.
If you sign them. But here's where I'm gonna spin this. Even if they don't, what does it say that you're bringing him in the 11th hour right before the season about you? What does it say about your room? Who are you so down on that you're willing to bring in a Dalvin Cook who is a shell of himself? Like, all jokes aside, we'll break him down, Sky. What is he? What are you not seeing? I don't see the burst that made Dalvin Cook special. And I know people are going to say, oh, well, he was playing with this type of line or that type of line. I take all that in consideration, right? I take that in consideration. So I say, okay, let me go look at when he did have room to run. Did he have that same cut ability, that vision, that burst? I ain't see it. Not last year. Maybe somehow, some way, miraculously, all that comes back. But I saw Ezekiel Elliott still have that ability, the trash can, where he can make guys miss a little. When I say make guys miss, I mean he knows how to cut. Let me just say that. He knows how. No, seriously. Zeke still knows how to cut. That doesn't
timing.
Yeah, yeah. He understands blocking and things. He's much better than Dalvin Cook in that sense. Is he gonna force a bunch of missed tackles in open space? No, that's not his game, but he's going to fall forward. He's going to be a goal line guy. He's better than Dalvin Cook. Like, even if you believe he's the best or the worst running back on his team, he's better than that guy, right? So I look at these guys individually. What do they bring? We know what Deuce Vaughn brings. He brings that little bit of juice. When I say a little bit of juice, he doesn't have the 4.3 speed to go 80, but he's the most juice back he got back there. Rico Dowdle I think he's much better. Rico Dowdle low-key looks like Dalvin Cook when he was in his prime, in the sense of he's a slasher. If he sticks that foot in the ground and cuts, he's aggressive. He has that pop, that burst, right? That short area burst, and he's physical finisher. Zeke is a goal line guy. He's going to be a short yardage guy. He's going to be the leader in the room. So you don't need Cook for that. And Royce Freeman, I mean, you've got a chance to see Royce Freeman this preseason. Royce can play.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Royce might not be a perennial Pro Bowler or a perennial running back one, but if you have a running back by committee, he fits in somebody's committee.
Yeah.
I saw traits from all of these players, except Zeke, because he didn't play this preseason, but Zeke last year, that were better than Dalvin Cook. So what if you were the Joneses or whoever is making this decision, what is concerning you in that room to the point you're bringing in Dalvin Cook?
Sure.
That's my question. That's what I would love to ask them.
I don't have the answer, Scott.
I know you ain't.
Because I ain't the Joneses. Dalvin Cook wouldn't even be in my room. And it's been a lot of people, man. I'm glad when I say something, me and you kind of on the same page or whatever. Because sometimes I just feel like I'm biased and I be hating. But I felt like I said this yesterday on my show. I felt like Malik Davis is a better running back at this point than Dalvin Cook. And it really comes down to like fresh legs. Is really at this point about fresh legs. Dalvin may have like some veteran stuff about him, but man, look, Scott, this is my thing though, and I'm gonna get real annoying next season. Like when we do like draft and we looking at running backs, I see people's comments. I'm gonna start naming everything except how they run, because that's how people vouching for Zeke. Oh, vouch his leadership. Oh, him blocking on third downs. I'm gonna start leading with that when I'm breaking down running backs next year in the draft. Scott, it's like, you can find like these running backs that we don't know their name or whatever, just some dude like Jimmy Cornbread Jenkins from the Colts worked out here. He'll be a better running back at this point than old dudes. And what's funny about Cowboy fans, Scott, it ain't funny, it's really annoying. It's like I was there when we was moving on from Zeke. I was there when we was sick and tired of Zeke. I was there when we was pleading for our Jerry Jones and them, right? We was pleading, hey man, the whole league is moving towards young running backs. The whole league is moving towards cheap running backs or committee running backs. Not only the tea leaves are like falling, Scott. Not only is it looking like Zeke is lead guy here, there may be some committee aspects here, but Zeke is your lead guy. But we're leaning on old dude now. Whenever, because you said something earlier too about Dalvin Cook. About Dalvin Cook, I forgot what you said. But whenever have we looked at declining running back and they may go somewhere else? And the argument that we like them that they bring forward is, yeah, but with a better offensive line, they may be better. And my retort to that every time is, sure, put a better running back behind a better offensive line. I was about to say that, yeah. And they'll be better. In my mind, that's how that works. No. I'm not here for none of this Zeke Dalvin Cook shit. I'm not here for that. I'd rather Nate Peake get his shot than Zeke or Dalvin Cook. Because I've seen the Eagles have real success with like Boston Scott and shit. Or I've seen the Chiefs have success. Man, Isaiah Pacheco ain't special. He's just a good running back and he got fresh legs and he's very physical. You can find dudes that can do that. Jerick McKinnon makes plays in Super Bowls, Scott.
Listen, I've been advocating for Jerick McKinnon. If you weren't going to roll with Deuce, because Deuce can kind of play that role of pass catcher out the backfield, but Jerick McKinnon is legitimate pass catcher out the backfield. I was advocating for Cordell Patterson. This is all before the draft. This is free agency. Sure. Cheap guy that you can get in here for $38 to play if you truly were doing running back by committee. You know what this really tells me? The fact that you're bringing him in, we up in the draft.
Yeah,
but not overall. I like this class, but by not getting one of these young, talented running backs,
4th round pick should have been a running back.
We messed that up. We messed that up by not either trading up, which that's a whole nother discussion. Do you want to trade future pieces for a running back? Or by not having a pick to grab a running back, or maybe not, instead of taking a backer, you take a running back. I think they're essentially admitting without admitting that, yeah, we probably should have grabbed one, because all the people that are 4 or 5 backs, I said this yesterday, I say it to you, if you are wanting to carry 5 running backs on this team, that means you don't trust anybody in the room, or you're about to run the ball more than anybody in the history of the National Football League in the year of 2024.
Plus, you add another old hurt guy.
Another old hurt guy.
You keep doing that. They want to. They got all these running backs, and I was talking to Brian. I was like, hey man, if the Cowboys go heavy at running back because Zeke is an old guy and Rico is technically a hurt guy. Dowdle hasn't had a fully healthy season so far. It just is what it is. He's a hurt guy.
He's a hurt guy.
If you go heavy at running back because of that reason, then you're misevaluating running back. It's your fault that your running back room looks like this. You know what I'm saying? And now you stuck with Zeke. Sky, why are we stuck with Zeke? Like, why are we stuck with Zeke?
Used the term legacy player, and that feels very appropriate. Look, regardless how you feel about him, if you're a huge Zeke fan and that you can't remove that from it. It is a legacy move. It's very Jason Witten 2019. It is. It's very Jason Witten. Hey, that's our legacy guy, one of our all-time greats. We still think he could be and have an impact in this room. That's all fine and dandy, but the truth of the matter is you could have got a better suited back in free agency, in the draft, whatever, but you decided to bring him back. So how I'm looking at it now, Vach, is he's here. Mm-hmm. What is the best way to use him? I'm okay, Vach, with this Zeke situation if they use him appropriately.
They won't.
If they don't, that's where I have a huge problem with it. If you're going to lean on, if this is going to be Zeke and TP again, just Zeke and TP. That's it. Zeke TP, Zeke Rico. That means by the end of the year, Zeke is going to have well over 200 touches. The odds say he's going to be dinged up. We're going to get into the playoffs, and now you got a banged up Ezekiel Elliott. Like that's what it's going to say. But if you use him in a specific role and allow these other young guys to flourish, given what you have, right? Because you didn't draft any young guys, but the Ricos and the Deuces of the world, and Zeke has a true just regular role and running back by committee, you can make it work, but you could have got, man, you could Braylon Allen, you could add Jalen Wright, Trey Benson. I mean, there was quality young backs you had the opportunity to grab, and you said, nah, we'll sign the guy with 3,000 touches and who's been banged up for the last 5 years. I don't understand it. When we already had a guy that played that role, you signed Royce Freeman.
And let me just be clear too. I don't hate Zeke. And if Zeke was the third running back on this team, and that's how he was on the depth chart, I wouldn't have a problem with him being here. I just know, politics is gonna happen, and he's gonna be running back one over two other running backs that's better than him. It is what it is. I see somebody in the chat, man, and I shouldn't be reading them up chat in first play, man. I shouldn't be reading that shit. Somebody say if Zeke gave y'all an interview, you wouldn't have this same tone. Well, sir.
Do you think I'm afraid to say what I want to say to these players? You act like we sit here calling Zeke a BI and
I'm not saying I'm gonna smack the shit out of Zeke when I see him.
What y'all think this is, man? I'm not a starstruck type of person. I've been doing this for a while. I've been around these players for a while. If Zeke came on here, I'd be like, and he asked for his honest opinion. Now, I'm not going to sit here and just be like, hey, Zeke, I don't think you did. But if he said, hey, man, how you feel about my game? Well, I think you're not as good as you were in 2016, but you serve a role, a purpose on this team if they use it appropriately. I don't think they should be using you like they used you back then. I mean, what is so complicated about that?
And you don't have an interview with somebody to evaluate their play or whatever. Like, you trying to get information out of them. Why would I have an interview with Zeke and give him my opinion? Like that don't make sense. I'm here to
probably
talk
don't
to
even
you.
care about that, right? Exactly.
Zeke know we talking shit about him. Look, Zeke mama unfollowed me on Twitter. They know what's going on. They know what
this is, man.
Come on, I'm blasting.
What y'all want us to be again? If y'all looking for fakeness, phoniness in that regard, then yeah, this ain't for you. But no, we joke about, hey, we ain't getting that Turpin interview. That's because we just keep it in the bean about how we feel about certain players without the disrespect. Y'all be the ones disrespecting these players. Y'all be calling them all types of names.
Now Turpin ain't never coming on here because look, if he does give us an interview, I'm gonna be like, all right, y'all, we got Kevontae Turpin number 10. What's up, man? What you got for us? All right, Turpin, man. Yo, look, you had a big game, man, versus Green Bay, dog. Hey, man, tell me how it feels.
Oh, come on.
To get 8 carries and 3. Tell me how it feels.
Why are you talking like that? Hey, Mr. Vath. Why are you talking like that, Mr. Vath?
I don't. This how I talk.
Hey, look, you can't laugh at yourself, man. I don't know what to tell you.
This how I talk. I don't know what that.
Oh yeah, I get out of here.
God, this the bad thing about the Turpin thing. Turpin sound just like that. He sound just like that guy. And every time he go on there, somebody tagging us like, "Yo, Vaj, you were Turpin do kind of drag them THs a little long, though."
He got something going on with his teeth, and that's it is what it is. You know?
Yeah. I don't want to say what it is because it'll be a pause moment. But it is what it is. All right, move on.
Yeah. So you brought up the depth chart where you believe that Zeke should be. Let's go ahead and just kind of get into this cut down situation, man. Yeah, they already got rid of a bunch of players. Do I have it up? Yeah, let me find it real quick. Let me go to Pat's tweet, and just go down these names. And let me know if there's any surprises here. It shouldn't be many.
Appreciate everybody for tapping in.
Shouts
while
out
we're
to you.
still finding that, man. Somebody said you want Zeke at about 150 touches, 600 to 700 yards, then pass to him 50 times.
I'm not passing to him 50 times.
150. So that's like what, 4 yards a carry. 150 touches for 600 yards. That's 4 yards a carry.
Oh, 150 total touches. Yeah, I probably could live with that depending on how everybody else is playing.
But it's the problem though, Scott. If I had an option to throw the ball to Zeke or the Deuce Vaughn, who you throw it to? Or Zeke or the Rico Dowdle, who you throw it to?
Deuce and Rico.
Throwing the Deuce and Rico. Rico emerged
nice out the backfield.
As a man, screen guy. Throw me the screen. Rico was your screen dude. But go ahead, though, Scott. You got
here we go. So this was from Pat yesterday prior to cut down day, the first rounds of cuts. Waived was Deontay Burnett, Cole Cabral, Josh DeBerry, Willie Harvey, Alec Holler, Cam Johnson, Jason Johnson, Nathaniel Pete, Eric Scott. Wave injured David Durden, Viliami Fehoko, Darrell Johnson, and terminated vested veteran was Albert Huggins, Tyron Billy Johnson, Damian Wilson. I would say here, based off of camp and all of preseason, there's no shocker on this list. But if you had to point out a name that might make you look twice, like, hold on, wait a minute, maybe Willie Harvey Jr.
Sure.
But I feel like Buddy Johnson outplayed him in the preseason.
Exactly what happened.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. Willie Harvey had all the favor, but Buddy just ran a hell of a race. I was talking. I hate keep saying I was talking to Bros, but he just gave me some good information I want to run past you. He was like, when these guys get cut at different times and all this kind of stuff, right? This first level of cuts is like.
And as we're talking cuts, man, looks like. Hold on, we got a little bit more here. Okay, a couple different things right now. So apparently, Peyton Hendershot has also been cut by the Cowboys, and the Cowboys are scheduled to meet with defensive end Tyus Bowser. I remember him coming out a while ago. So
Houston,
some breaking news there as we're getting down to the cuts. So again, that doesn't shock me either with Hendershot, bro.
Yeah, I heard about the Tyus Bowser thing. I ain't gonna say who told, but I was heard about that. But I was guessing that, man, why would they bring in Tyus Bowser, a defensive end, Scott? And in my mind, I came up to the conclusion that maybe possibly in my own mind, I was thinking like maybe they upset with one of the ends that they just signed recently,
Muhammad
Carlos. So yeah, that maybe they wasn't fully satisfied with one of the guys that they brought in.
Should we stay there or should we just wait till we get to defense ends?
Let's wait around a little bit.
Okay, because put a pin in that because I did go back and watch his every snap in the Chargers game.
Come on, huffing and puffing.
Yeah, I hope it was. We'll get there. We'll get there. But that is interesting. That is interesting.
Yeah. But like I was saying, man, if you got cut yesterday, then that just means we're getting rid of you. We don't have anything for you, and we're not trying to trade you, or like we're not trying to move you or anything. We cut you with urgency, right? So I was really surprised to see Eric on there, Eric Scott. Like I thought he was a dude that was going to compete and be a sophomore and do his second year leap type of thing and really like compete in this cornerback room that needs a little more bodies right now. But the fact that he was cut expeditiously, maybe that means that some of these other guys, like Keemon Hall or something like that, or Josh Butler, maybe those guys kind of outplayed him a little bit, and maybe the Cowboys are trying to maneuver to find a way to keep those guys. Eric Scott, they cared nothing about.
Yeah, I think you're right on the right path there. I think those guys outplay Eric Scott, and he doesn't have his sponsor in the building. Sure, right. The same thing with Viliami Fehoko. He just did not have a good preseason. He's just not. I don't even honestly, man. I don't know where he fits anywhere. It just doesn't look like a good player right now, and that sucks because he was drafted in the 4th round. And this could be for an entirely different show, and maybe next year we'll get to it because there's a couple players you got to put a question mark around. But boy, the Dan Quinn kids, and I don't count Micah Parsons. No. I don't count that. Like the Dan Quinn kids is looking real sketchy. And you can, and again, and I know I'm probably about to derail this whole thing, but if you want to say, oh, well, Golston and McQuamu, yeah, those are, look,
Chauncey haven't lived up to third round. Nashawn Wright,
Nashawn, Devin ain't here, Quentin ain't here, Big Country ain't here, Kelvin ain't here. Fehoko,
and has swung and missed on all of them.
Sam, kids. Look, I'm sorry, Sam got hurt, but hey, this is 3 years now. We like, hey, Sam,
yeah.
Quinn's kids.
Meanwhile, Marshawn Nealon is ready to go. He's ready to go, and Sam is taking him. And on Sam's 3rd year, the fact that we're saying, hey, we need more from Sam. Whether he got hurt or not, you know what I'm saying? Needing more from Sam, let you know how you feel about that pick or whatever. But
that's what I'm saying. Hey, yeah, if and this is the thing about doing this on Cut Down Day, there is going to be some breaking news that happens. So if y'all see that, and I usually look, Professor O is who I trust because in the chat they be lying. But if y'all see anything like the Hendershot situation, go ahead and drop it, and we will account for that as we go down our list. So look, Vach, I ain't pulling up no graphic or nothing like that. We're gonna have to use our pens and papers and do math and figure it out. Make sure we get down to 53. Now let me set this thing up though real quick.
Let me use the bathroom first. I've been drinking a lot of water. I'll be right back.
Okay. Vach Lombardi's gonna go use the bathroom real quick. He said he's been drinking a lot of water. And what we're gonna do is jump into the chat and see what y'all talking about in here. I see some of y'all still on this Dan Quinn's kids. John Ridgway looking good. I haven't watched John Ridgway over there in Washington. I haven't seen it. Come get your kids, Dan. I think we tried. I think we called Dan and said, your kids is acting up. Come pick them up from this sleepover. We tried it with Faye Hoko and Eric Scott, and he probably was like, look, I ain't no fool. You're going to cut those dudes. You're not keeping them around. I forgot about Mozzie. Yeah, Mozzie, it ain't looking too good for Mozzie either. Yeah, Dan Quinn's kids they in trouble. They in trouble. Chauncey's been given the Byron Jones treatment. More like the Tyron Crawford, right? Inside, outside, inside, outside. But I see what you're saying there, Zombie BBL. For sure.
First the King says Fahoko is the worst player I've ever seen. That's a lie. That's a lie.
You know Foot. I love Foots because Foots, he can be extremely over the top, but he dead ass serious.
Sky, Foot's got a tweet somewhere.
But he'll come out and be like, nah, this dick suck.
Foot's got a tweet somewhere saying, hey, y'all see Fahoko with that burst off the edge, don't you? But he also got another one that say, hey man, I don't think Fahoko's gonna make it. And whichever one of them ones is right, he gonna retweet the piss out of that one. I'm telling you, Foot the King's prepared. You hear me?
This is science to how you do this. So y'all better leave him alone on there. You ain't gonna win. Science, on Twitter is what I'm talking about. On Twitter. When it comes to YouTube, it's a different story. But on Twitter, you ain't winning with Foot. Stop playing with him.
No. Shout out to Foots though, love him to pieces, man.
Absolutely. Yeah. So Bland, yes, Bland is his kid. Bland is probably his star kid, and that's it. I'm not giving him Micah. I ain't doing it, bro.
I think Bland is more of a Will McClay guy. He's a
we got to be fair though.
But Scott, there's some guys that we know Quinn vouched for. Like Quinn vouched for some. And we hear something now. And look, on that same token, Will McClay vouched for Mozzie and shit. So you know what I'm saying? It's a double-edged sword, man. But you know, some guys for sure we've heard, oh yeah, Dan chose Nashawn Wright in this situation. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, the Nashawn Wright, bro. That I mean,
Dame Brugler said, "What's going on with this dying here?"
Last thing on this, please. You had like 3 or 4 third rounders that year, and struck out on all but one. In Osa.
Osa was the only one.
The only one, right? Crazy. All right, so like I said, I want to set this up. Do you want to go into this doing roster gymnastics? In the sense of, hey, we gonna cut the long snapper. We gonna
week six. Let's fast forward as if this is week 6 or something. Yeah.
Well, I don't want to do week 6 because that means Deron Bland's back. That means because you got to take into account Bland is not going to count to your 53. He's going to be on IR.
Right. Chuma,
right. So you want to do that? No Bland, no Chuma. This is so they won't count on a 53.
Week one going into the Browns.
Week 1. Okay, let's do that. Start at the top. Here we go. And pull up your R lads, Vach, if you don't got it up already.
Yeah.
Help us out here. You're going to keep this simple. Going to go quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, O-line. So quarterback, pretty easy. Dak, Trey, and Coop, that they're going to roll with 3. No matter how you feel about Trey Lance, he's not going anywhere.
No.
All right, so that's pretty easy. We don't got to break that down unless you want to say something about Trey Lance.
No, I don't have nothing positive.
What you got to say about Trey Lance?
I won't say nothing at all about Trey. I won't say nothing. Tater tots. I won't say nothing about Trey. Tater tots. You know what I mean? Hey man,
Barnacles.
Trey Lance showed me, man. Like, look, he's a cool quarterback for the future. One day, possibly, but you can't go out there and throw 5 interceptions and just,
I don't even care about the picks no more. He's not ready. Okay, so we going 3. Remember, we gotta do real math here. We don't got no generator. So 3 quarterbacks. All right, this is where it gets tricky already. Running back, Vach. Are you in the camp of 5? Please tell me you're not. Are you in the camp of 4, or do you do what they did last year and go out roll with 3 and 3 running backs, include the fullback?
I think if it was up to me, if it was up to me, I would make Lipke your fourth tight end. I don't know if the Cowboys are going to do that. I would make Lipke tight end 4, and I would carry 4 running backs. Now, we
so
also have.
So you want to go 5?
I don't want to go 5, but Scott, while I do this, look at yo, Scott, while I do, look at your phone real fast. While I do this real fast, I just sent you something. I swear to God, I just sent you something. But we have to. Scott, shouts out to brother L. But look, I have to move forward with Zeke on this roster. It is what it is.
Yeah, we're doing this based off what they're going to do, not what we want to happen.
So what they're going to do most likely is carry Zeke, Rico Dowdle, Deuce Vaughn, and Hunter Lipke. Most likely that's what they're going to do. What I would do is I would make Lipke the 4th tight end, and I would add Royce. I like Royce. And plus, I just think you're going to need running backs.
I'd fight you on this. Go ahead.
Okay, cool. You going to need Scott. And if it was up to me, it would be Rico, Royce, and Deuce. Zeke wouldn't be here, but I do think that the Cowboys are trying to account for, or they're going to have to account for the idea that Zeke is old guy and Rico is hurt guy. So you might have to go extra running back just in case there. But please go ahead.
So, look, you can try to sugarcoat it and pretend that Hunter's a tight end, and he ain't.
He's not.
He's not. So Hunter Lipke, everything we've seen in the preseason and camp, he's going to be used a lot in 21 personnel. He is a fullback. That is a H-back, right? That can mask as tight end things. I don't mind him being fullback / tight end. That's an H-back. So fullback / tight end, Chris Cooley, Jameez Olawale type situation where he can mask as the 4th tight end. You carry 3 and he's your 4th, but he's also your 4th running back. I agree. I think they're going to do that. And Zeke, Rico, I would have said Deuce after Saturday, but they're bringing in Dalvin Cook. But we're just going to roll with this right now. Yeah. Deuce and Hunter. The reason why I fight anybody talking about 5 running backs, bro, if you carry 5 running backs on this roster, that means, are you carrying 5 running backs on game day? And if you're not, you're just not dressing, 2 of them?
Sure.
For 7. Give me that roster spot for a different position or roster spots if you're carrying 5 and you only need 3 on the 46. Let's not forget you got practice squad. You know what I'm saying? And all these running backs aren't going to get claimed. And there's other running backs out there that probably could be better than what you have to put on the practice squad. So I see absolutely no reason to carry 5. That again, I'll explain it. To me, that means you don't trust anybody in your backfield or you're about to run the shit out the ball. And let's be real. This team ain't running the shit out the ball. This is a passing team that's going to hopefully use the run game to complement it. So that's where I'm at with it with these backs, bro.
Scott, on your team, not the Cowboys, if you was in charge, would Hunter Lipke have this guaranteed fullback spot?
Only, and I said this all off season, only if they truly decide to use him in a quasi John Kuhn / Kyle Juszczyk role. Like I know he's not going to be completely Kyle Juszczyk because he's still learning how to be a blocker, and Juszczyk is a Hall of Fame worthy fullback blocker. But what Juszczyk was in his prime, he catch that ball at the backfield, bro.
Yeah.
He could catch that ball at the backfield. Where Kuhn is different, Kuhn was a better runner. So if you're going to use him in that Juszczyk, role from a pass catching standpoint and the Kuhn role from a blocking and running standpoint,
sure.
Fine. Keep him on his roster. But Vach, if he's a dude that's playing 6 snaps a game and getting you 1 carry every 5 games, waste. I don't want him. I don't want him on his team.
Yeah,
fullbacks are already obsolete.
Yeah. Then I asked you this because we were it's always 2 guys, right? Hunter Lipke and Turpin, right? Oh, we got to find a way to get him involved. Yeah, we're gonna get him involved, and once we get to the season, Turpin gets 10 touches all year, and Hunter Lipke maybe get 5 or 6. You know what I'm saying? And it took him 13 weeks to get 2 carries, 1 carry, something like that. So if we're not going to use them, man, don't even bring back Hunter Lipke. Don't even have him don't give him this roster spot just because he's teams dude. You can find somebody to do what he does on teams, but just as a fullback, we don't. If he's not Kyle Juszczyk or how Miami use
I forget
Ingold,
whatever.
Yeah,
but he
Ingold,
yep.
those are like high usage fullbacks. If we ain't doing that, we don't need Lipke like that.
Well, I'm 100% with you. Now, the belief is that he's going to be used more. You know, I love the game you played with Broadus the other day, where you said, you know, get more from. Do you think you get more from? I didn't at first. I ain't gonna lie to you. Going into this thing, I said I have no confidence that they'll be creative enough to use him. But I have seen them pull him out wide. He's running downfield. I've seen a lot of 21. Nobody's brought this up, but boy, we might see a whole lot of under center stuff, which I like. Right, like get under center, do some play action. You know, get the run game going, involved that way. So, if that's the case with 21 personnel, then cool, justify. If not, what is the point of carrying a fullback? So I look at it.
It's not one.
Wide receiver, I think it's been chalk for 90% of camp up until Flournoy got hurt, and then it went back to chalk when Flournoy got back to me. So I think wide receiver is chalk, and what I mean by chalk is all your draft picks and Kavontae Turpin. So Tolbert, Cooks, Lamb, Brooks, Flournoy, and Turpin. You see anything different there?
There's no competition there. Like those 6 guys should be the unanimous 6 guys. Flournoy played a hell of a game of catch up. I thought he was going to be a guy that was your pinky finger. You know, you just going and we'll just bring you back next year. But man, Sky, if something happens to, let's say Jalen Brooks or something, you know what I'm saying? Then Flournoy would be the next Jalen Brooks type dude. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'd say Tolbert.
Like, sure, 100%.
If something happened to Tolbert,
yeah,
and Flournoy steps in, that Wally Pipp, it potentially could be a Wally Pipp situation. And I'm not saying that because I don't think Tolbert's been fantastic. Tolbert has earned this, right? But let's just be real. From a pure athletic standpoint, he is superior in that sense. So,
you know, Flournoy, I've been saying this all week, though, Scott. Flournoy, when he first came out, said, "Hey, man, I got a little Dez in me." I rolled my eyes.
Really
like,
do, though.
He do, Scott. He does.
He really do.
And Scott, this is the part that makes things weird, but makes Flournoy usable, right? I don't think Turpin ever comes in and just plays full-time slot for you or anything like that, or just plays full-time flanker receiver. Turpin is always going to be a gadgety / running back deep ball type guy. Yep. He's always going to be that dude. But if anybody, we're never going to be like, all right, Turpin, you're up. Turpin's never going to get 30 snaps a game at offense. I think Flournoy is a much better receiver than Turpin. Turpin just run faster than everybody. But Flournoy does receiver stuff. I think Flournoy can see the field this year, Scott. Just like last year when Jalen Brooks got some blocking opportunities, got some catches or whatever.
But it took injuries and blowouts.
I think injuries and blowouts are on the horizon. I think Flournoy is active. I think he's an active guy.
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, or a good thought, because did the Cowboys, were there 6 wide receivers active all year? I can't remember how much they did that.
Brooks sat out like 6 games, but he played like he was on.
There was injuries though. There was the I think Cooks was out. Mm-hmm. Gallup, coming back situation. I don't even know if Gallup missed a bunch of games, but Gallup coming back. There was some things that kind of made him. But then he became active. Special teams guy. But he only really played when Cooks was out and in blowout. So. And if there's blowouts or injuries, I do think Flournoy is the next guy up. But if it's just chalk and these guys don't get hurt, I think there's a chance you don't see a lot of him on the field, because I think they're going to roll with Turpin has a role. Obviously, Cooks, Tolbert, and Lamb, I think, are your 4 mainstay wide receivers, where Brooks is going to play a lot of special teams, and maybe you get him in packages, but I don't think he's a package receiver. I think what he is something happens to one of your receivers, he can play predominantly X.
Yep.
And he's a little bit more nuanced as a receiver than Flournoy. So there's that. So I don't think there's like package roles for Brooks and Flournoy, but if you needed to force one, then Flournoy could be your red zone guy. I feel like he could be that dude to go up and get the rock.
See, it's funny because I mentioned Brooks and Flournoy. I mentioned them, both of them together, because they're both like the X guy,
the big X guy. Yeah.
but they're so different though, because Florino is like a yak dude, strong dude,
fast.
fat, you know what I'm saying?
Brooks is long strider, deep ball guy,
strong hands, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they're different, even though they're in the same kind of role. Man, I think it's room for both of them, man. I think it's room for both. Just like we used to run them dance plays, throw the bubble, and just let them run over people. I think Florino got a lot of that. It
sounds good, right? But you have to remember on game day and throughout the week, your game plan is going to surround around these players. 88, 87. What is he? 3? Yeah, 3. And then Turpin has a role. There's not much during game week where you're practicing to have Flournoy and Brooks involved. And if you are, I think you're making a mistake, because those players are better right now, and they bring more to your offense from a diversity standpoint. Now, one of these guys go down, then you include those guys, but it's not even a problem. I just think it's a good thing that you have a legitimate guy in Flournoy in the farm system that I think could be a legitimate number 2 moving forward. This isn't a situation where Vasher, things like that. I don't think this is that. I think he legitimately could be your future number 2 at some point.
That'll be fun. That'll be fun. Yeah.
So 6. Yep. So we got 3 quarterbacks, 4 running backs, 6 wide receivers. We're at 13 right now. Tight ends, 3? Are you a 4 guy?
I would love for it to be 4, but these guys ain't really stepped up and took over it. You know what I mean?
Most disappointing position.
Yeah. I got Jake. I guess I got Luke, and I guess I got John Stevens.
Yep. Jake, Luke, John Stevens. Get Brevin Spanford on the practice squad. They cut Hendershot, cut Alec Holler. That's pretty simple. Yeah, pretty simple.
It's chalk.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
It's chalk. I just learned that word today. But go
ahead. That's a college basketball thing.
Oh, okay.
Not just college basketball, but that's where I learned it years ago. So you know how they do the college basketball playoffs or whatever, and they rank them.
Yeah.
And some people who don't really watch or just want to try to make a couple dollars, they'll go chalk. They'll just pick all the top teams to win. You know?
Oh, okay. I got it.
Yeah.
I got you.
Offensive line, Vach. So we're going into this thing with the thought process. We have no Chuma, right? So Chuma's out. And do we put Nate Thomas out too?
Nate Thomas probably out. Yeah.
So let's go into this thing where Nate Thomas is going to get that knock on the door. And hey, brother, we're gonna put you on IR because Nate didn't play a lot,
right? So
we're taking them out of count. So let's start with the tackle situation. What do you got to tackle?
I got Guyton, Terrence Steele, and
Awesome
Richards if he's playing tackle for you. Yeah.
Real quick on the Awesome situation. I've always wanted Awesome to focus on tackle, but the dude's been playing guard and he's been looking pretty decent at it.
Yeah.
But you don't have real tackle help, so. If he's gonna be a tackle, I really wish they would have focused him there. So,
yeah. And Cowboys say he's a better tackle than guard. Just Awesome. Just don't want to play tackle. You know, it's a lot more. It's a lot less room for error out there in tackle land, but guard land, you got to fight for your life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So there's pros and cons in both of them. But Awesome isn't the strongest guy in the world. So and he got some pretty solid feet and length. So I would have rather Awesome play tackle in the first place. But I think the Cowboys gonna make him. You know, he ain't like Zach Martin where they can make Zach Martin play right. Like Zach ain't going. But they can make Awesome Richards play tackle for sure.
Matt Waletzko experiment over.
Yeah, it's about done with him, man. And it's crazy because Josh Ball just surviving out here. But
here we go. So guard. Okay, we got obviously Tyler Smith and Zach Martin. TJ Bass. I think he's still here.
Yeah.
Do they go? And look, Josh Ball been a punching bag for years for us. But credit where credit is due. He has been better this year at guard. I'm not going to go and say he's going to be quite Robert Gallery. If you guys remember that name, go look it up. 6'12" tackle who converted to guard and was a pretty damn good guard. I ain't going that far yet. But he has been better. So I think what you do with Josh Ball is you put an asterisk next to him, meaning we'll pencil you in right now, but let me go through the rest of my roster, and I refuse to keep you over a specific player in the defensive backfield if it comes down to that. So I'm going to pencil him in right now because I haven't went through the rest of my list.
Sure.
But where are you at? Are you still out, or we get some credit and he's on this team?
Man, let me just say this on on top of that, like TJ Bass kind of been letting me down at guard. He doesn't seem to be the player that he was last year, and that could just be my point of view. It could just be the idea that last year I evaluated him as an undrafted rookie, and this year he's a second-year player that I want more out of or whatever. But Bass hadn't totally stepped up to the plate. But that's making me say, well, but Josh Ball hadn't been totally terrible at right guard as a 6'7" right guard. But on that same token, we just mentioned we need tackle help. Austin Rich has probably been the best guard out of those guys.
So what are you saying here?
I'm saying you got to carry TJ Bass and Ball is what I'm saying. But I'm upset at both of them is what I'm saying. But you got to carry both of them.
I think where all this went to shit was Nate Thomas getting hurt. Because I say this about Bass, like I think Bass was solid. I think we put him above where he really was. Like he was a solid player for an undrafted rookie. Like it was like, oh man, he was solid out there, right? But Nate Thomas, to me, I think is a more talented player.
Sure.
And I felt like if Nate Thomas doesn't get hurt, Nate Thomas, you get confidence that he can be your backup guard and possibly your potential replacement. But he got hurt. We didn't get a chance to see him. If he doesn't get hurt, you probably don't see Ball for real. And maybe you even start talking about Nate Thomas beating out TJ Bass. Sure. And he's a draft pick, so he probably would have played. So you don't got Nate, you don't got Chuma, you definitely got to carry Bass. You cannot just trust Josh Ball. Like you can't trust him, bro. So you got to if you put him on the team, that's cool. But I'm penciling him in right now because I want to see what happens. So how many? Oh, and then center, Brock Hoffman and BB.
Shipley had a better game than
Sure, but they not. But Solari ain't letting that happen, right?
They not gonna do that.
Yeah. So
Solari ain't want BB to be the damn. But yeah, it's probably gonna be BB and Hoffman, man. Yeah,
100%. So that's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that 9 offensive linemen?
It's not offensive linemen. Yeah,
that's not a whole lot. So you might not have to take Ball off of this roster.
It's not a lot. I guess you would just have to hope that Chuma's not going for too long. If you want to go 10 offensive linemen, I wouldn't mind adding Shipley because Shipley can play some guard for you in a pinch.
But Brock does that too. He can play guard.
Man, Brock been letting me down. But sure. You are right. You are right. But I guess you just have to ask yourself when Chuma comes back, do you still keep the guys that you have and just carry 10 offensive linemen, or do you like drop somebody when Chuma gets back? I mean, that's your question.
And you also got like position flex. So Brock can flex as center and guard. So on game day, that's 2 positions, right?
Sure.
Awesome. Same thing. He can flex as guard tackle. So that matters come game day. That'll help you out for the 46.
Yeah. So
far, that's 10, 16, 25 players on offense. So we're halfway there, Cowboys Nation.
Sounds about right. It's going to get difficult at linebacker and DB, but 25 offensive players sounds about consensus for a lot of people.
All right, defensive line. They added a lot of players, and I kind of want to start off real quick on what you hinted at here with them bringing in Tyus Bowser, former Raven.
Raven.
Yeah, they signed Linval Joseph, traded for Jordan Phillips. Those guys are going to be on the roster. I don't think no doubt about it. But they also signed Carl Lawson. And look, I'm not gonna lie. I felt like if Carl Lawson's healthy, I think Carl Lawson can give you some pass rush stuff. But it was after his first snap, you saw the high end of Carl Lawson on that first snap. He hit you with the, he one in his toolbox, right? Swipe, and he gets around and puts the pressure on the quarterback.
Sure.
After that, though, I didn't see a whole lot of Carl Lawson winning on the outside, which was a bit of a disappointment. But I don't know if that's he hasn't played football this summer, he's just getting his feet up under him, or it's something they're concerned about. You seem to be on the latter, right? Like they may be concerned, which is why they're bringing in Tyus Bowser.
Yeah, man. That if there was one character that they, I'm just assuming that they would possibly, if it was me, if my name was Jones, I would say that they have some apprehension about Lawson, just, him being in shape and him just being hurt guy in general, you know what I'm saying? And I think the edge room is, I don't want to say deeper than expected, but it does come with certain challenges. Like Al Muhammad, he's got to miss one game. So they probably gonna have to have like one dude just to kind of fit in there. But I think they really like Tyrus Wheat also, and Tyrus Wheat and Tyus Bowser basically like in college they play the same type of role, sometime linebacker, sometime pass rusher dudes. So it's very interesting to see those dudes possibly coming together there. But I think that, Carl Lawson was supposed to be a supposed last piece to the edge room. But if I had to assume, and my name was John, I don't think they satisfied with it. If I'm guessing, Scott, I don't think they satisfied with the whole Lawson situation. So they bring in another guy to not compete or whatever. But Lawson may or may not be here. But we don't know though. We don't know. We have no clue. But
very interesting. Real quick, I got distracted on Twitter, and I want to address it because they're probably watching the show. Let's go ahead and get through this offense, our defensive line. D-Law, Golston, Mozzie, Linval Joseph, Oso Digizua, Jordan Phillips, Micah Parsons, Marshawn Nealon. Like, that's for a fact, right?
Yeah.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do we put in Lawson for right now? Or are you thinking he's not going to make it?
The fact that he's making $38 and we're not really tied nothing to him,
so let's go Lawson with 9. I have this theory: they don't cut their draft picks in year 1. Justin Rogers, a 7th-round pick, so I mean it's not a problem. Most teams do this anyway, but the Cowboys, you know how it is. They're not gonna go out in free agency. So Justin Rogers to me made sense before they brought in Linval Joseph. Mm-hmm. Now I don't know. I don't know if they're going to carry 4 heavies like that. Maybe they do because these guys are a little older, but maybe they try to sneak them on practice squad, which would be something they have not done in a long time in regards to cutting their draft pick before the season started. So do they, hey, Justin, we're going to put you on IR? Because I don't think he was terrible. I think Justin Rogers showed some promise.
I think he played well.
Yeah.
And I think some people like Justin Rogers more than Mozzie.
I mean, I don't think you could really argue it based off of the preseason.
Mozzie a 1st-round pick, and you probably can't move from him. But there's some urgency in this D tackle room for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And if I had to guess or assume, they may be looking at another one, Scott. If I had to guess and assume, and if I was playing Madden, they probably looking for another one, Scott.
Well, if they're looking for another one, then that comes down on Justin Rogers too.
Sure.
Because he won't make this team. They bring another defensive tackle, is for sure. But
sure,
I think I would put him on the team and make it 10. Linval Joseph is 34.
Yeah.
I think Jordan Phillips is still up. He's 31 or whatever, but he's still got plenty left in the tank. But these are 30-plus guys. Mozzie, we're trying to, we hope Mozzie gets it together. But if he doesn't, you gotta have contingencies as well. So I would put him on. I would make 10. You want to go 10 D lineman?
10. I think you have to go 10 D lineman. I would love to know how much, Mike is going to be playing edge now. You know what I'm saying? Because he's probably going to
be everywhere.
He's going to be everywhere, right? So I think you have to almost add a guy to the edge room just for the idea that Mike is going to be playing a bunch of linebacker. Like he's going to play edge too, but I think, you just need guys there. So 10 D lineman makes sense. 2, 4, 8. So you out on Tyrus Wheat?
Oh yeah. No Tyrus Wheat for me.
And Al-Qadim Muhammad, he's where you at with him?
He wasn't terrible in preseason. I keep using say I shouldn't say that. I thought he showed some promise in preseason. There's some go get it ability, right? Play with the hair on fire. He's a motor guy. He's experienced. Has 6 sacks with the Colts before. Mm-hmm. If you can bring him back on this roster practice squad, sure. But I don't know if I'm willing to cut my draft pick for him.
Yeah, I agree.
Or you put him in over Carl Lawson, one of the two.
Yeah.
But I like how he looked.
I think they both will be available for you. Like they'll be veteran practice squad dudes. I think. Yeah.
Quick break to address some mess. Go back to the offensive side of the ball. I was hit up on Twitter. Shouts out to Cowboys Nation chat. He said a year 9 Mozart ran for 1,000 yards with 18 touchdowns last year. The best year of his career came in year 9. What makes you think Dalvin is done? Because he was behind a 23-year-old Breece Hall. My rebuttal to that is, did you watch Raheem Mozart throughout his career and even just last year? And did you seriously go back and watch Dalvin Cook? Did you really do that? Or are you going off of his name? And if you're in the chat, Mr. Cowboys Nation chat, raise your hand here. And I really want to know your like, don't lie.
Say raise your hand.
Raise your hand. Like, be real. Did you go back and watch him? Because I gave you my real rundown on him. I said I took into account the offensive line. I took into account Breece Hall. There's no possible way you watched Dalvin Cook and you're comparing this man to Raheem Mostert, who is for his entire career been a big play, speed, fast agility type of guy, where Dalvin Cook's big playability has dwindled each year. Like, what are we doing? I feel like we're doing apples to oranges, but because they play the same position, you're trying to make it apples to apples. They do not look remotely close to the same player in their abilities, offensive line and scheme aside, which, by the way, our run scheme ain't nothing to be proud of here. So now you're bringing in a guy who lost the burst ability, who doesn't look like he can cut as well as he used to. The vision is not there. And you're saying, hey, man, go make it happen. And in the run scheme, we don't really know yet. I don't get how you can compare Raheem Mostert and Dalvin Cook, Vach.
Mostert is one of the fastest players in the league still, and he probably doesn't have a bunch of tread on his tires because he's been hurt guy. Well, he doesn't have a bunch of wear on his tires because he's been hurt guy. So he's probably fresh as hell still. And when you watch Mostert, you can see the burst. You can still see the big playability. You see him outrunning people. You don't see Dalvin Cook get caught. He get caught.
He don't even get a chance to get caught because it ain't happening.
Yeah. Right. He been sitting down. Yeah. So it's totally different. It's totally different.
Yeah. So my bad. I ain't mean to derail it, but I ask in sincerity, did you watch Dalvin Cook last year and just focus on him? Focus on, the type of player he used to be and the type of player he is now. I don't think those abilities are the same. That's Rico Dowdle can do it much better. And Mostert, give me a break. Those dudes ain't even remotely close. All right. Back to
DeMarco Murray behind this offensive line, though, Sky. Behind this offensive line, DeMarco Murray. Come on, man.
Okay. He ain't even DeMarco in Tennessee.
Sky sick of y'all.
You know what I'm saying? He not even DeMarco in but I digress. Where are we at here? We did defense. Oh, so you said linebacker, you would be you think it's gonna be challenging. So linebacker, first of all, before we go, Damone Clark and them boys, all right? DeMar Van, is he all right?
They say Overshawn got a hip pointer and there's still some discomfort there. Slow discomfort allegedly. So we'll see. But Clark, Kendricks,
Overshawn
probably not gonna miss no time. So sure.
I thought you were talking about the week one is what you're saying.
Week one, sure. But his hip is hurting, but we got a whole week of nothing before football. So Clark, Kendricks, Overshawn, Louisville. I think Buddy Johnson has definitely made his way. That's 5. Are you against carrying 7?
7 or 6?
7.
Probably, because that means I'm probably not going to keep one guy I want to keep as safety.
I think they like Nick Vigil, and I think they like Darius
Harris.
Darius Harris, yeah.
Kansas City kid or guy?
Kansas City, yeah.
I think, man, go pick one.
It's if it's pick one, it's probably, I'm assuming Harris. But
I'd go Harris.
And Vigil probably practice squad. Yeah, they don't nobody else want Vigil but us. So yeah, probably him. But I think
6.
I think that's your 6. Clark, Kendricks, Overshawn, Louisville, Buddy Johnson, and Darius Harris. That's what I think.
Yeah, I agree. Willie Harvey Jr. got outplayed by Buddy Johnson, got outplayed by Darius Harris too, who's making some plays, special teams, and has that experience. So, and on game day, you're probably gonna keep Clark, Overshawn, Kendricks. Actually, you might keep all 6.
You might keep all 6 for teams.
Yeah, team. Yeah, you're gonna keep them all. Yep. All right, let's keep moving. Let's go to the cornerback position. Mind you, no Deron Bland, Vach.
No Bland.
Deron Bland's out of here. Diggs, Kalen Carson, Jordan Lewis. Those are your starters.
Mm-hmm.
I think Israel McQuamma was played his way on this team this year.
Okay.
Right? You agree?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Izzy, so that's 4.
Mm-hmm.
I personally think Keemon Hall should be on this team.
I agree.
Because he can be your backup slot guy without having to throw a 6'4" guy in the slot and without having to move Kalen Carson in the slot where he has not been practicing and playing. So I'm going to go Keemon Hall here. And that's what, 5?
That's 5.
I don't want to carry. I'd rather go sign some boots than that, bro.
They gonna
do it. You think they're gonna do it? I'll put him on here because we're doing what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
So Booth would be 6, and then you can do quasi 7 with CJ, but he ain't really a corner. We're gonna put him as specialist.
He's a special guy. Yeah.
So 6, including Booth.
Yeah. I like Keemon Hall a lot.
I like him too.
I don't like Booth a whole bunch, but you know, maybe Booth is a team's guy with all this tackling ability, but Keemon Hall really showed up and earned his spot in my personal opinion.
Same, and again, he's a predominantly slot guy, and I worry now if you lose J. Lou, who's up there in age,
sure,
what do you do at slot? And I don't think 6'4" Israel Mukuamu is that answer because most slots aren't big slots, and I think we get distracted with his role in 2022. He had a specific role. You go match up with the big slots and Jawan Jennings and Chris Godwin. And if he has to get matched up with a Christian Kirk type, that is a mismatch. Yeah. And I'm attacking it. So Keemon Hall, I think, would make more sense. So that's what, 6?
6 guys, yeah.
6. So we got 22 on defense already. 10 D linemen, 6 linebackers, 6 corners. And safety, I saw Brian say something interesting yesterday about Wanye. Did he? And I could be wrong here. I don't know if it was. I just saw Thomas and IR. Are we IR and Thomas?
I didn't see that. He hurt?
I saw Thomas and I saw IR. Oh, you know what? Maybe he's talking about Nate. Yeah.
Nate Thomas.
Because I know Wanye got hurt. So just ignore what I just said here. He's talking about. I think he was talking about Nate.
Nate Thomas.
Yeah, Nate Thomas. I will IR him. So, again, chalk for me for safety. Malik, Wanye, Donovan Wilson, and Marquise Bell.
Marquise can play, dog. Marquise can play some football, dog.
And Julius Wood.
Mothers like Julius Wood, man. I've been hearing a lot of Brian
That's
said
why
it.
I'm trying to get on this team.
I've been seeing some people in the chat that's been advocating for Julius Wood. You don't think the safety room gets a little heavy?
Well, absolutely. You don't even need Julius Wood on this team. I just, and you know what? Maybe he's the guy that you cut and he comes back. The guy that everybody thinks he won't. Or maybe he's Isaiah Land.
Sky.
No. I want to find a way.
How much money you owe Donovan Wilson?
I did this at the start of the offseason. You can move on from Wilson and Hooker next year and save a couple dollars.
Next year?
Yeah. Not unless you want to trade him now, but I said
that's what I'm asking.
But I'm not trading him for nothing, bro. I'm not trading him just to trade him.
No. Not just to trade him. What if it was like a running back or a one tech you could really use?
Who? That matters, bro.
I ain't think that far. I just asked.
But that matters. If I'm trading for, I'm just thinking some random ass running back that's out there. That's a jag, no, or random one tech, no. But if I can package that mug for Deron Payne or Jonathan Allen, we talking now.
Donovan is a signed starting player for us, so I'd imagine that we get a starting player back, is what I'm saying. Not just some Rudy Poo, right? But like a guy that we like a little bit.
A dude. If you can get me a dude, absolutely, I'm on board. If you just get me a jag just because you deep in the safety room, no.
Yeah. No. But I do feel like we are deep enough at safety where we got young dudes that can play right now. I do feel that way.
We are.
And honestly, I don't think Donovan gets you anything back because strong safety is not really valued in that way. I don't think you. I definitely don't think you can get Jonathan Allen back for Donovan Wilson or anything.
I mean, Dan Quinn over there.
Man, you never know. You never. They might be trash over there, those guys.
Hey, look, Jonathan Allen don't want to be there. Dan Quinn's a head coach. He's familiar with Wilson.
Yeah.
But they got the San Francisco 49ers assistant general manager running ship over there. So it's probably
they might be a little trash over there, those guys.
I just need Jonathan Allen to go to the front office and say, look, man.
I don't want to be here no more.
No. I don't want to be here no more. You say that, that's a different story.
Yeah.
And old boy just came out with the Bears, the pass rusher.
Uh-huh.
And he said, man, I hated being there. Them dudes were too complacent with losing. And Jonathan Allen has said that before. He don't want to be there. Yeah, he's trying to go. Tired of losing. So, But yeah, I mean, if I'm moving on from Wilson for a legitimate dude all day and tomorrow, let's roll. But you didn't answer the question though. 4 or 5?
I mean, you're gonna have to you have to address teams, guys. So that's linebackers, corners, and safeties, and some of your wide receivers are running backs. Well, none of your running backs, I guess. In this,
let me see something real quick.
Some of your wide receivers. So yeah, you're gonna have to go extra safety just for your teams, guys.
We gonna have to make some decisions, Vach, because I think we gonna be over.
Okay, we're in the bathroom again. It's gonna be a hell of a
Vach, but dog, what you drink? 10 gallons of water?
Nah, man, I got the hydration stuff. I got the so I got the electrolytes in there.
You got the go piss stuff. That's what you got. Okay. So I'm just gonna put one kicker, one punter. I put one specialist. I'm just gonna finish this off real quick, and we're gonna get these numbers. What do we say? 25 on offense. And then we got 26 on defense. Is that right? 27 on defense. Woo-wee. Yeah, I feel like we're gonna have an issue here, Vach. Yeah, we over. We're gonna have to cut a couple people. We are over by 2. We're gonna have to get rid of 2 people. And this is what I meant by let me run this back with Josh Ball. Because look, I'm carrying this dude. I'm not cutting Julius Wood for no damn Josh Ball, Cowboys Nation.
See, Sky, what you do is you got to get your 64 ounces of water, and you gotta pour your powdered electrolytes in there, and it triples your water. You know what I'm saying? So this is really.
So you're just shedding some water weight.
This is 180 something ounces of water I'm drinking.
Lord.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man.
Hey, at least you're drinking water though.
Plus I'm juicing. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing but liquids in my body.
Trust me, I know. I tried to invite you over for some good food, some good eats. And you're like, man, we juicing. Don't tease me.
Hey, call me now for your
Call me
3-second reading. Call me now. Nigga, I'm ready to go.
Y'all done? Is y'all done juicing?
Come on now, it's time now. You invite me.
Look, I'm not trying to upset Nay. Okay, so whenever she done, then y'all done.
I'm the man over here. I pay bills. This month.
Okay. All right. Is Nay done?
It don't matter. I pay the bills.
Hey, you better be careful. Nay, if you in the building. Nah, I'm just
you know it's Zumba or something.
Hey, Vaj, I did the math, bro. I think we over, dog.
We definitely over, but
we over. We got cut 2 people.
Have you added CJ?
Yep. Added CJ as a specialist.
Okay, so we over 2 guys?
I believe we're over 2. Let me run the numbers one more again. Now we would say 25 on offense.
Yeah.
And we're 27 on defense.
1, 2, 3, 4.
We have 55.
7, 8.
We gotta get rid of 2 people.
How many D line?
We want 10 D linemen. We added Carl Lawson, or we added Justin Rogers. And Carl Lawson, for that matter.
Are you cool? Man, you got to carry. Okay, so I'm thinking you got to have 5 defensive ends. But 3 1-techs seem like a lot.
Who are the 3 1-techs here? Let's see.
Mozzie, Linville, and Justin Rogers.
I hate we call him Mozzie a damn 3-tech. You said 3-tech or 1-tech?
1-tech.
Oh, okay, my bad. I'm thinking of 3-tech. That's really 3 in the possible because Jordan Phillips is going mask as a 1-tech sometime.
3 in the possible. Unless Justin Rogers gonna play 3-tech sometime because he has some pretty good movement ability.
I'm not a fan of that one, but
I
don't know that I touched the D line, bro. I don't think I touch it. I mean, unless it's Carl Lawson, unless you're just really you're not feeling him. So look, you got, for those who not understanding here, we got
Julius Woods got to get cut in.
25 on offense. Let me do the math here. 25 on offense, 25 on defense. I'm sorry, 27 on defense. Mm-hmm. And you have 3 specialists. All right? Mm-hmm. So let me just make sure my math is right because they say no math will be involved. 25 plus 27 plus 3. Yeah, so we're 3 over. Apologies, not 2 over. 3 over. So we got to get rid of 3 guys.
Are you okay with just 5 corners?
Let me go see.
Are you okay with leaving?
Look, I honestly rather put Josh Butler over Andrew Booth.
Your 5 corners would be Jordan Lewis, Trey, Izzy, Keemon, and
can't do it, bro.
Yeah,
because you lost Bland. Your depth is already taken. You got to have bodies in case somebody get hurt again over the next 6 weeks. I gotta go 6. You could take look, man. Look, I'll concede here. You could take Julius Wood off. I don't want to.
This is my thing though, Sky. You also have to think about if you cut somebody, is anybody gonna take them? If you cut Andrew Booth, don't nobody want Andrew Booth.
I agree.
So in my mind, you can cut him now, and when you have urgency for corner, you could just elevate him, and then Bland will be back by then.
Okay, so you're saying, I mean, that's fair.
Just cut him and bring him back. Now Wood different because I guess he has to play teams for you. Like he got to play all your teams.
He will. I think so.
What we said, 3 tight ends.
Unless they don't dress 5, they might not dress 5. They might just dress 4 and put Wood. Yeah. I don't want to, man, but I'd rather cut Booth. Let me just say that.
Okay.
You want to go 5? I mean, this is what at this point, this is what we doing now.
So you carrying 5 corners and 5
safeties.
How goofy is man? Cut down. What's that boy? Julian Wood. Get Julius.
Man. All right, so I guess I'm Will McClay. You Stephen Jones. You just gonna cut my guy. All right, man.
5 corners and 5 safeties is crazy.
Well, 6 corners and 4. All right, man. I'll be Will McClay then, bro. Stephen Jones really running the ship. I'm just telling you who's better. That's all. All right, man. So no Julius Wood, y'all. The party's over. He'll come back hopefully on the practice squad. We got 2 more cuts we got to do.
And to be fair, Justin Rogers, man. Justin Rogers can't be there. Like if you just.
I mean, look, it can happen. Things change. They haven't cut a draft. They have not cut a draft pick before the season, and I believe in quite some time. Let me just double check. I won't be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I went back and looked in. I want to say since like 2017, maybe.
You can't cut. I mean, you just can't have 3-1 text though.
Look, all of 2023 made the roster. All of 2022 made the roster. All of 2021 made the roster, including Matt Fournier. All of 2020 made the roster. 2019. So they haven't cut a draft pick since 2019 when they had Mike Weber and Jalen Jelks and Joe Jackson and Michael Jackson. They cut half that damn team. They cut half that team.
What was we doing with that? Jesus. So
it's been what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drafts or 4 drafts in between that. So. Yeah. It's possible, but I personally think Rodgers serves more of a purpose than Jelks and Weber, and Michael Jackson actually been a pretty decent cornerback since we cut him, and Joe. Yeah. So I'm gonna hold tight. I'm gonna fight you on that. I'm gonna find another spot. Let's find another spot real quick.
It can't be offense like nothing on offense because we already went short at offensive line and. Quarterback, running back ain't gonna move like that. So,
could you cut a linebacker and say Micah's gonna do linebacker things?
So you'll have to be cutting Darius Harris,
right? And see if you can get him back on the practice squad because you signed him late in offseason anyway.
I can cut Darius Harris. Sure,
I'll go down. Let's go down to 5, and we got Micah masquerading up backer anyway.
Yeah.
So we need one more, and the easy cut, which won't happen. Is actually CJ Goodwin. And I like CJ personally, and I think he's one of the best at what he does. But I'm trying to get Woods on this team. I'm not trying to cut guys I like for a specialist. That's not like you said, Devin Hester, but you know what I mean?
And then look, CJ will get cut and practice squatted and elevated or whatever. Just
facts. Let's do that.
But somebody got to go once he gets here. That's why we're doing a week 1 exercise. That's why we're doing this doing like this. So, hey, Goodwin gonna be here. I don't think,
So
look,
it's not Goodwin then.
No, it can't. It probably should be though. I'm not just here for the you're a punt gunner and that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like we was fine last year, and look, to be fair. We weren't fine with Sam Williams, but we were able to find somebody to be a gunner for you. Like, how much better at punt gunner can you get?
He's a hell of a special teams player, bro. It just and you can do other things too to decide to get throw a little razzle dazzle with him and throwing a rock and stuff like that. But is it enough to warrant get rid? But here's the thing too. Now that I'm looking at this, I actually don't think unless you're going to compare him to Wood. Other than that, I mean, I'd keep Goodwin over Booth.
Sure.
I'd keep Goodwin over. So I think the question it comes down to, Goodwin's here. We know that. We're not even going to try to do it. It comes down to Josh Ball, Carl Lawson, Justin Rogers, and Andrew Booth. You got to get rid of one.
8 offensive linemen is mighty thin.
That's thin. So let's not even touch that.
Yeah, I can't even touch offensive line.
So Rodgers, Lawson, Booth, and they're bringing in Bowser. I think they're bringing in Bowser potentially to kind of sign him to the practice squad, to be honest. But
sure. I don't want to say Flournoy because
no. You're right. We're good on. We're good up here at running back. I mean, at offensive line. I'm sorry, offense now.
Man,
unless you go 3 running backs.
You cannot carry 3 defensive tackles unless Linval Joseph is gonna air quote practice squad himself and or just be
he on the team.
Sure, I feel you, but man, we not cutting draft picks, your first or your 7th round pick, and that's 3 1 techs, man.
I'm cutting Booth.
Cut Booth.
Here's why I'm cutting Booth.
But that's 5 corners. So go ahead.
Because Booth and Josh Butler, you probably cutting. You can get one of them back on practice squad.
Sure.
I think you could legitimately roll. Like, my worry is not what happens if somebody gets injured during the game at cornerback. It's what happens if somebody gets injured long term while Bland is out at cornerback.
Sure.
So as long as you got a guy that you're going to bring up anyway on the practice squad when that happens, you could legitimately roll with 5 corners.
It'll be interesting to see how they do this. 5 safeties is crazy. They don't even let you do that, man. They don't even let you do. They say, man, cut one of these people.
I was just saying, man, Julius Wood, though. But yeah, so I'm going Booth, bro.
Yeah,
which means we go 5 at corner, and then we have our 53-man roster.
That's it,
ladies and gentlemen.
That was a little tougher than I thought, man. But the problem is that we're mixing what they would do with what we would do.
Right.
In real life, man, Lipke, in my opinion, Lipke, CJ Goodwin, and we'll talk about Turpin, but like those, Turpin probably be fine. But Lipke and Goodwin, they probably wouldn't. Fine. They probably wouldn't be on my team.
Yeah, and in real life, I mean, in a different world, just last year, you're only carrying 3 running backs.
Sure.
The reason why they feel the need to carry all these running backs, they don't trust the running back room.
Sure. Yeah. So in my mind, find a good running back, cut the worst running back, and get rid of Lipke. You just find with your 3 running backs, and I can live with that.
100%. There you have it, Cowboys Nation. Our 53-man roster prediction, and I'm pretty sure there's some cuts happening at this moment. We can revisit it, whenever that time comes. But we got some supers. I know you got some supers on your side, Vod. So we forgot to do that last time. So let's read some of these supers this time.
Let's see. Viewer activity. Zombie BBL Drizzy Cowboy Lover. He dropped a dime and says, Dallas is always playing checkers in a chess league. I'd love Cooks on the team 2-3 years ago. But I think the Joneses are trying to address this situation late when they should have drafted a running back for sure. Appreciate you. Then Lucas Herbert dropped a deuce and says Dallas needs Cook. All right. That's all I got on my side.
They need them, but
I don't need Cook.
Appreciate it, super. We got a couple over here.
Super chat.
Shouts out to, let me pull this up. Cowboys Nation Lou. I don't know if it's the same dude from on Twitter, but he dropped 2 and said, what are your thoughts on Tyus Bowser? I have not watched any recent Tyus Bowser tape. I remember him coming out of, correct me if I'm wrong, was it Georgia?
Tyus Bowser came from Houston.
And okay.
And he's a player that's just like what you had in Wheat. He's a sometimes pass rusher guy. He's a sometimes Mike guy. He's a little more slender than what an edge would be. So he's a standing situational pass rusher. And look, if you use Tyrus Wheat, Wheat like you would use Micah, you know what I'm saying? Just move him around and blitz him from A gap, blitz him from the edge. It'll make a little bit of sense. Bowser, my bad. Yeah, Bowser. Yeah. So he's a in this system, he could be a move around pass rush type character, whatever. But he's
I gotta go check out his latest. I've not watched him at all over the years.
It's been a while since I watched him, but last time I seen him, that's how he was. Yeah.
I know one of them Ravens dudes was dealing with injuries. Is he the one
he's been hurt? He's been hurt, guys. So
like serious ones too. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Here we go. D-Lay 702 dropped
Super
5
chat.
and said, we need y'all to every morning, Sky and Vought sign the papers for the 38 M's. Listen, dog. let me tell you something right now.
Scott, what you say? So what you say?
Let me tell you something. Y'all gonna be mad at me. They throw 38 M's out here.
38 M's.
Come on, man. Stop playing. And I hope that means 38 millions and not monies. Because then you could just
38 monies.
38 monies could be $38.
38 nickels, 38
Yeah, exactly.
For 38 million. I'm waking up at 6. And we gonna be live for your drive in.
Come on, man.
Your drive.
I'm on the phone giving y'all a pre-show, then giving y'all behind the scenes in the green room. Then we going live. Then you gonna get a post show. Come on, I'm going crazy for 38.
38, and I'm going live at 3.
Come on,
38, man, crazy.
I'm going live at 3 and 8 for the 38.
Hey, we gonna get busy, dog. Crazy.
Super chat.
Shouts out to the big bro. Matthew Lennox dropped 5, said, great show, fellas. 2 of the best is Kalen Carson's season seatbelt.
Yeah.
Hey, let me tell you something about these damn corners that was bugging me. And look, Raj, this is why whenever I'm not able to do Game Day Live, we can watch these games together.
Yeah.
I had to talk to my wife about these damn cornerbacks in preseason. And an incomplete pass you have nothing to do with getting up and
man, sit your head down, man. You did nothing.
We was even doing it. Eric Scott, ball gets thrown to, what you say, Pam Oliver. Yeah. I'm like, Eric Scott is first down, bro.
Yeah, come on, dog.
I don't get emotional about this, but I'm sick of it.
I hate that shit too.
I hope these coaches shut this down because there's still 2 and 3 more. I'm not saying don't celebrate, okay? But if it's a play worthy of celebrating, celebrate. But an incomplete pass on first down, they sitting there at the 7-yard line. Shut up. Get back to the huddle and do it 2 more times. I digress, but that was on my chest, Vaj, and I got sick of it. So, but Kalen Carson, seatbelt. Yeah, I feel confident in this kid.
Yeah,
that's it for me. That's
all I got too. That's all I got too. Let me just double back one more time. The Triple Make Show, because people be on my ass about me missing Super. My bad. Y'all be dropping them when I'm done reading them. All right, that's all I got, man. That's all I got. Appreciate everybody that drops Supers, man. Love y'all to peace.
Yeah, man. Got much love for y'all. Appreciate y'all coming through. It was about 1,500 combined today. And the streets, man. The streets said they want this more of us, so we got to figure out a way to make it happen, Cap.
We're going to get it done, man. We're going to get it done. And look, season's rolling, so we'll have stuff to talk about, man. So we're going to run it for the cardio, man. Believe that. Trust me.
That's it. That's all I got. We got cuts later today. Vosh, you'll probably be live with Broadus talking about the cuts.
I'm going to be – we are working, man.
At 3 and 8.
I'm gonna go at 3 and 8. early, middle, and late, boy. We working hard over here. But yeah, man, I'll be live, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Salute.
I'm gonna press this button, but I'm gonna see how this mix goes here.
Push the goddamn button. Push
the goddamn button. Beats Planet.
Oh.
No. Can't rap on that. Let yours go though. Let yours rock a little bit. Like yours.
Wait. Breaking news real quick. On the way out, we got breaking news, big dog.
What happened?
Go ahead, press the button. Carl Lawson got cut.
I got that shit. Well, shit, I knew this the whole time, but I ain't want to. My sources said that the motherfuckers ain't like Carl. Carl's about to get up out of here. That's why they're working out defensive end. So yeah.
All right, man. Here we go. Good eye.
Hey, I was guessing the whole time. I don't have no sources.
I don't got none.
All no shit.
Watch Lombardi, Crown Media.
This ain't my chip.
Yeah.